Nuria, and I think it's highly unlikely I can tell you everything you need to know about Z in 5 to 10 minutes time, but I'll try to at least give my own personal perspective on the film. I was really seriously thinking whether I should mention this or not, and decided that I will, but my first ever reaction to Z was one of profound confusion, since I watched it in the late 80s at home with my parents, and I was very proud to recognize Yves Montand and Elena Papadaki, who star as the left-wing MP who is murdered and his wife. And I couldn't figure out why these two people who spoke in French played in a film that is meant to be about Greece, but there is no reference of Greece involved. So that was my first moment with Z. Then I didn't find it particularly interesting because there was no kissing involved, there was no love affair going on, there were people dressed in like uniforms, etc. So yes, that's my very personal 8-year-old experience from Z. Z is entirely filmed in Algiers in 1968. And this is because Costa Gavras found that this is the closest he could have resembling Thessaloniki, which is where the film actually is meant to be taking place. It has a French-speaking cast. It was mainly financed by French producers, and it basically deals with events that took place in 1963, when a much-loved leftist pacifist MP called Grigoris Lambrakis was assassinated by some members of the right, informal members of the right. The plot continues with the examination of his case by an uncorrupted magistrate, played by Jean-Louis Trintignant. And this magistrate is in fact Christos Tzatzetakis, who went on to become the president of Greece from 1985 to 1990. There's a lot of connotations for Greek-born people about the film, and connotations that are somehow embedded within the way that we were raised. So at the first instance, we watched Z at high school. Then Z extracts from the actual novel was in our school curriculum. And of course, the main cast and crew are very famous people for Greek standards. So first of all, we have Costa Gavras, who was born in, who from 1951 onwards went to live in Paris. And we have Mikis Theodorakis, who wrote the film score and was already famous from writing, say, the music for Zorba the Greek or Phaedra. And the original novel was written by Vasilis Vasilikos in 1966, and his main purpose was in fact to change the final outcome of the trial that was going on in Greece at the time, and it was about the assassination of Lambrakis. So the events are real and they're there, and however, there is no mention of a country or of specific people by name in the film. Even the names of the characters like Iago, Vago, Hélène, they can be anywhere. They're not particularly Greek names. They can allude to other nationalities at any given time. And there is a certain universality I find in this. It is as if it's a film that could apply to any country and any situation and any given time. So especially today, when Article 50 is being triggered by a tweet, I think that it can be more relevant than ever. Another anecdotal information about Z and how relevant it comes to be from one time to another in life was that when it was staged in 2013 at the National Theatre in Greece. And that was the very year where a left-wing Greek rapper called Pavlos Fissas was murdered by people of the right-wing party called Golden Dawn. It's a neo-fascist party that has come to be in the Greek parliament, and I'm sorry, I'm just really, really scared about it. But again, Vasilis Vasilikos was given an interview some years back about Z and how it came to be and how it came to be created as a film under these really difficult circumstances at the time. And he mentioned that we showed it at the National Theatre, this thing happened. I just keep feeling that things become relevant all the time, and it's just scary. This is the first restoration. This is a restoration that took place last year. I haven't watched it in its restored version, but it was supervised by Costa Gavras himself and was made at the French National Centre of Cinema. So I really look forward to watching it with you. And finally, to conclude, I just want to mention a few words about the title, Z. It was the original intention of the creators, both Vasilikos and Costa Gavras, the director, to pronounce it as Z. Z in Greek means he is alive. It's just this word. And it was the slogan that was uttered in the protests that happened after Labraki's assassination, and also slogans that were written on the wall at the time. So this Z that you will see from time to time while watching the film, that's what it means, he is alive. And for me that's very important too, because it is communicating a very positive message throughout this ordeal that can be shown at times in a very pessimist mode, at times in a cinema verite style, at times with humor. It's most of all something positive and something good that is communicated about the future. So let's watch to that and let's hope. And thank you very much.